Hi, my name's Dee, your Professor of Woo Woo, and welcome to the general reading for September for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, whichever area of your chart you're looking at, and obviously there will be a link down below to get yourself a birth chart if you haven't got one already. That way you can learn your rising sign and your moon sign, because they're always good things to watch, especially your rising sign. So, as a general reading rules apply. You know, timing is not absolute. If someone else appears here, I might get you mixed up. It's possible because I'm seeing energies and actions. So what is it? I suppose people in the reading could be interplaceable. However, where this reading is different is prior to me starting with the cards, I'd like you to ask a question. So pause the video if you have to. Think about all the questions are around you. Be aware of all of them. Focus on one of them, but be aware of all of them, because the cards will answer what they want. But hopefully it will be the one that you focus on. So there's also a link down there for the Facebook page for this channel. So if you are subscribed and you're still not getting your notifications through, if you click the notification bell, nip onto the Facebook page. Also, you can contact me through that for a personal reading if that's what you want, because this is a general reading. I'm not reading even for 1/12 of the population. I'm reading for whoever comes here, and they can hear that this reading is for them, because there is a past and a present in this spread. So if the past and the present don't fit, don't try and make it fit. Go and watch your moon, go and watch your rising. And I think I just already said, always watch your rising. So yeah, that's pretty much everything. So obviously, like, share, subscribe, click the notifications bell, join the Facebook page. That's all the internety business so that Google can know my channel exists. And let's bring up the cards. Now, Virgo. I think this is a really, really nice reading. You may not agree with me. There's a lot of change being promised here, but this is change that is change that's you are being invited to initiate. So we start in the middle here, Four of Pentacles, Six of Swords. So you are protecting something. You've built a foundation and you're wanting to protect it. You may be wanting to move this foundation somehow, because that's the distinct energy I get from this, which will be a slow process, but is possible. But it's almost like there's twin urges going on, whereas protect everything that I've got here and move to a better place. And can you do both? And I'm not sure that, well, I want to say that yes, you can, but not in the way that you think you would like to be able to. Because what is opposing you is we have the King of Cups and the World card. So you're quite comfortable where you are, thank you very much. And that's why there is an inertia to, I'm just going to protect this and stay here. But there's as pleasant as the recent past has been, we do have the Sun card here. And I also get the sense that as illuminating as the recent past has been, I feel like there's been a lot of things that have been brought to your awareness that is maybe driving this whole must protect, want to move to a better place, but also quite happy where I am, thank you very much. It's almost like you're being a Gemini, you know, because there's all these twin impulses going on. The illumination that you received may have been coloured somewhat by emotional biases, knee-jerk reactions, of taking things personally that didn't need to be, or vice versa, not taking things personally that should have been. You know, when on a conscious level saying, yeah, no, I'm not bothered about that, whereas inside you're like, you know, or being hurt by something that really, all it was the world turning. You know, there's a lot of good stuff in the recent past, information wise, and just general, there's been some good times, which again contributes to the I'm quite all right where I am, thank you very much. But you are well aware that things are transforming. Friends are transforming around you. Your possibly your social circle may be transforming. There's certainly new people coming in, new facets of the people that are around you. That's what I really, because when I said new people, I just felt no. I think that you've known some of these for some time, but it's maybe they're going through their own transformation, and therefore the support and the friendship that they give you is a completely new form to what you've been receiving before. And that, in a way, has got nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, because they're being who they want to be. And that is what Spirit is inviting you to do here. We have Prince of Pentacles, which would be the Knight of Pentacles. But with this Prince, I don't get the slow energy in this deck. We've got a peacock on it. I'm getting that preening, well-established, look at what I've got to show energy. Combined with the Lover's card, where you have a choice open to you, or rather Spirit is presenting you with the path to really show the world what you're made of, and in that process elevate yourself. I don't just mean within the working environment or within society, or if you've got a YouTube channel within your subscriber base, all of which could be side effects, all of those are great, but you are aware that you are elevating, whether that's in vibration. Well, it's going to be in vibration, whether it manifests as feeling happier with yourself, or being more proud of your actions, or more comfortable with how you express yourself in the world. But there is a great call for creative expression here. And so I think some of this, I'm quite comfortable where I am, is funny, because we've got from the Mists of Avalon Oracle the Igraine card. Now, Igraine tells you that your beauty is your inner self, and it is more than enough, and let it shine. But interestingly, Igraine was so beautiful that Uther Pendragon basically asked Merlin to cast a glamour spell on him, so that he appeared to Igraine as her husband and managed to seduce her. Thus was Arthur born. But it also means that the greatest hero was born of a lie. And that lying aspect that Igraine has experienced seems important here. It's almost as if with these recent revelations, whatever they are, or the standards and the happiness that you'd been experiencing, whatever that may be, coloured as it was by emotional tides, let's put it that way. Part of it wasn't entirely based on the truth. Now, I'm not saying that means anybody specifically has lied to you. I think more it's a case of misapprehensions and being able to, like I say, colour things with your emotional ties. So rather than seeing what is, you're seeing what is through your own particular shade of tinted glasses. Whether they're shaded with joy or with misery, whichever. There was a certain distortion there that served its purpose for a while, but no longer serves that purpose, because you are aware of that transformation. You are aware. Now, the angel's not on this judgment card, is it? No, No, the angel's not on this judgment card, but it's almost, I feel like it's, you can hear the angel's horn blaring that is saying, rise up and, oh, that's what I could call the reading. Yeah, rise up and transform now, because you will be elevated. You have got support, but the best support that you can have is yourself here. Now, this means that whereas you're comfortable where you are and you understand the lay of the land, distortions or not, you know where your foundation is. You're quite comfortable where you are. It means you are going into unknown territory. We have the Hanged Man here in the future, with coupled with the Strength card. So there's periods of confusion, periods of delay, periods of, well, I've made this change, Spirit. Now what happens? Now you wait. Take a number. And we've got the Hanging Man from the, oh, what do you call this tarot? Gilded Tarot, in the Final Outcome deck. So this Hanged Man energy is not going away, but what the Hangman energy does is gives you new ways to look at things, either with or without the emotional filters. You know, maybe it's just going to give you new emotional filters, or maybe it's going to give you the ability to discern that's the emotional filter at work, and that's what I'm actually looking at. And oh, here, look, shiny new emotional filter. I could try this one out for size for a while. I prefer the middle path, as always. But there's clarity. It's a really interesting final outcome pile, because we have the Ace of Swords representing clarity, representing new information, and the Hanging Man. But this particular Hanging Man is, I don't know, there's an element of skill and showmanship. He's totally there by choice, but then again, so is the other one. But in the Tarot Apocalypsis, the Hanging Man is going through a time of initiation, rather than just a time of going into a world that's completely different. I mean, yes, that Hanging Man is going into a world that's completely different, but that's all I can say with that is that's the initiatory process, not the, hey, I'm here and hey, I can stand on the bottom of rocks rather than on the top of them. And, you know, I can invoke an Escher painting into reality sort of feeling with this one. Whereas this is, I've worked for this. I know I don't know all the answers. I am making that final step to gain all the answers. So there's a transformative initiation coming your way that you have to start. I mean, you don't have to. You can ignore it. I don't think you'll be able to ignore it. I think that there's already that evolutionary urge within you. But I also feel that there's a certain feeling of, oh my God, have I not done enough? The world in your hopes and fears here with the Nine of Wands. You know, am I not there yet? Are we not there yet? No, you're not. And you're never going to be. None of us are. Apart from the fact that there's a bit of us that always exists at that point. You know, as long as you're down here, as long as you're incarnate, no, you never get there. You're always going there. Because, my God, how boring if you actually get there. Do you know what I mean? The journey is more important than the destination on this one. Because there's so many different steps that you can wander along. I mean, there are people around you that will point out to you, yes, you are nearly there. Whichever particular there we want to be talking about, as in getting to that point in life. I've got Ben Folds 5 playing in the back of my head all of a sudden. Yeah, their song Underground, where the chorus is, "We could be happy," and that's the feeling that I'm get with it. I mean, yeah, there's been happiness, coloured as it was, but you could be happier. and you are happier in a dynamic state, it will, and this will sound weird, because there's plenty of anxiety around. Nine of Swords on the bottom of the clarification deck. But it's time to release some lies. That's one thing, because we have, from the Queen of the Moon Oracle, we've got the release card, and we've got the healing the past card from the Gateway Oracle. So this I'm all right where I am sensation, no, you're not. And you know you're not. I mean, you're okay where you are, ish, but you could be in a better place. And yes, that better place is always not the city on the hill, but the city on the horizon. And nobody ever gets to the horizon, because by the time you get there, there's a new horizon. But there is almost as if it's like a stripping away of some lies that are around you, probably self-generated, to be quite honest. I don't want you to go and blaming your parents or blaming society or anything of that, because when it comes to society, hey, if you're watching this reading, you're probably an adult. So at some point, you develop that adult's responsibility. So at some point, you have not agreed to buy into these lies that you've been told about whatever, but you have agreed to remain being bought into these lies that have been told. You have looked at it and gone, yeah, okay, I'm happy here. I'm happy looking at the world like this, because it's what I've always known. So therefore, whatever lies might be there that are colouring your view of the world, you have given your consent. Now, where they actually have come from, yeah, you can blame your parents or society or whatever, but it doesn't matter. You've given your consent to keep buying into that. And it feels like there's an option here, especially with the changes going on around you, with how your friends are changing. Like I say, new sides to them. They are going through personal transformations. They are, it might be new people, but I really do more feel that it's new sides of the same old people. Only because it's new sides, they're not the same old people anymore. You know, all of a sudden you see a new side, which reminds you why you're friends. But their journey can impart some form of confidence to you if you want to use that as a crutch, but you don't need to. You really don't need to, because with this Igraine, with this Prince of Pentacles, there is an opportunity here for you to shine, for you to really express a new facet of your nature. Now, I am thinking that it's something that can have an audience. What's the point of strutting like a peacock if there's nobody looking? It is something where you can be your own audience, because you know that you are elevating in some way, shape or form. And I'm seeing that as a far more sort of internal thing, rather than, oh, yeah, you could be elevating at work or elevating socially or what have you, but has social smotional. That's neither here nor there, because I don't necessarily see your social circle changing greatly, as in who you are hanging around with and having contact with. I see the social circle changing in its nature as you and people around you are evolving along their own paths. So there's not a great deal here, excuse me, There's not a great deal here that is predictive, as in a you're going to have an expense, or there's going to be trouble at work, or you're going to get a promotion, or all that sort of thing. But it's far more subtle and profound and more beautiful than that, more internal than that. What you are accomplishing this month, Virgo, is you are going to go into unknown lands. There's a lot of change coming, um, a lot of new understandings coming, but you're going into new lands where no, you don't know where you're headed, and you know what? That's okay. That really is okay, because you're on the right path. The fact that this right path turns right behind a cliff and you can't see what's around the other side, that's fine. Keep going. Have faith. So, as I say, I think I'll call the reading something along the line of time to rise up. Um, yeah, the trumpet sounds rise up, Virgo. Um, but yeah, that's everything that I see. So, I'm just going to repeat myself now. So, if it means anything to you, please do comment down below and have faith. That's a really important part here. Don't be scared to release anything. If it's not serving your purpose, it's okay that you've carried it this far. Whatever it was, it served its purpose, but now it has, past tense, served its purpose, so you can release whatever it is. Clarity is coming, but that clarity comes from you seeing the world around you in completely different eyes. And the fact is that that clarity comes by you acknowledging that you know less than what you thought, not more than what you thought. Yep, that's your lot, Virgo. So see you on the new moon next, isn't it? Yeah, new moon readings. All right, go watch your moon and rising. Cheers.